In his book, The Power of Habit, Charles Duhigg states the following: "The difficult thing about studying the science of habits is that most people, when they hear about this field of research, want to know the secret formula for quickly changing any habit. If scientists have discovered how these patterns work, then it stands to reason that they must have also found a recipe for rapid change, right? If only it were that easy. See, it's not the formulas don't exist. The problem is that there isn't one formula for changing habits. There are thousands. Individuals and habits are all different. And so the specifics of diagnosing and changing the patterns in our lives differ from person to person and from behavior to behavior. See, giving up cigarettes is different than curbing overeating, which is different from changing how you communicate with your spouse, which is different from how you prioritize tasks at work. What's more, each person's habits are driven by different cravings. Now, because of this, it would be impossible, in this course anyway, to give you a magic pill or prescription that would help you in changing bad habits to good habits. What I think we have done, and I'm pretty confident, is provide a framework of how habits work, why they work, and then how to create good habits and undo some bad habits. See, we humans are creatures of habit. We have evolved over thousands of years to like routine, to like predictability, and to become ingrained in a certain series of events. Most of us, therefore, have a routine that we follow every single day. The rhythm is as sure as waves on the ocean. Maybe you start your day by waking up, making breakfast, having a shower, getting dressed, and then watching the news for 10 minutes with a cup of coffee before running for the bus. You probably have a similar routine in the evening, which might involve doing a 10-minute shop at your local grocery store, making dinner, watching some TV, having a shower, and then reading a book in bed. You probably go to bed at roughly the same time every night. Now, this is no coincidence. This comes down to the entire way we are hardwired, the way our brains work, and the way our biology operates. Repeating the same actions or thoughts over and over again essentially means that we are repeatedly using the same neuronal pathways and causing the same connections to light up and fire. As we do this, those connections become myelinated. That means that they are insulated by myelin sheaths, therefore becoming stronger and stronger. If you repeat one action followed by another often enough, then often they will become so ingrained as to become automatic and beyond our conscious control. Now, you've heard this many times, but this was demonstrated perfectly by the psychologist Ivan Pavlov when he managed to condition dogs to salivate at the sound of a bell. This is also why severely brain-damaged individuals who can't remember their own name might still be able to play incredible piano concertos. Some can do this despite even not knowing that they can play the piano. See, the simple fact is that the motor neurons are hardwired over years of practice. The groove has been greased over and over and over again to leave a final impression. Now, as for biology, this is based entirely around rhythms and patterns. The sun rises at a certain time, and this triggers the release of cortisol and nitric acid. These neurotransmitters trigger a cascade of activity throughout the brain, which makes us more awake and active. Then we eat, and this slows us down slightly again and gets us ready for work. After 4 p.m., our lunch settles in and we start to become slower and more sluggish, thanks to a dose of melatonin and serotonin. By the time the sun starts to go down, we are producing more melatonin, and the buildup of adenosine in our brain is making it harder and harder to think. If you get up at a different time, if the sun rises at a different time, or if you eat a bigger meal, then this can throw that whole routine out of whack, and as a result, you'll feel out of sorts. This is what causes jet lag, and it's why one solution to jet lag involves altering your meal timings. Now, in short, the more we repeat the same behavior over and over and over again, the harder it is for us to change that behavior. If the behavior in question involves smoking, then this is bad news. But if the behavior involves going to the gym, well, then that's great news. My wife has been working out at least 5 days a week ever since she was 16 years old. She'll be turning 70 this year. That means that she has been doing something consistently for over 50 years. As you might expect, she now finds it absolutely impossible to stop. She loves working out. It's a part of who she is, and it's no effort for her to go to her gym, which, by the way, is in her home. No commute time, no hassle. She just gets to work. In other words, harnessing the power of habit can be a powerful tool in helping you get to whatever you want from life. Whether it's that better body or a richer bank account. Now the question is how you go about forming those habits. I produced a course on leadership and what it requires to be a great leader. Obviously, great leaders have extreme amount of self-confidence and self-motivation. So, to become a great leader, we all have to learn to control habits. I devoted one entire section to habits in that course, and I've decided to include those 7 lectures in this course. Once we have finished those, we will move into creating new habits in your quest for personal transformation.